Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Once again, this is your Kuya Nikki. No, we're live here. This is Morning with the Kuyas. And of course, if you can see, Kuya Mikmik's not here. He's currently on traveling and we'll be seeing each other this weekend. Hello sa ating mga kababayan. Kumusta po kayong lahat? Sa Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, at sa kasaang sulok ng mundo. Once again, this is the Morning with the Kuyas. Today, I'll be working alone, and of course, we have a special guest. Sa lahat ng viewers po namin, I'll try to share muna yung live session natin so that we can reach a lot of viewers. Okay, and of course, sa mga nandito sa Canada, kakadating lang, welcome po sa mga kakadating lang po sa Canada. Mapasang provinces man po kayo. Still, Canada, medyo malamig pa. So, in short, dress accordingly to the weather. Ayan. And sa mga gagraduate po, congratulations po. This coming April, last sa mga nagpa-finals, good luck po. And of course, sa mga nagbabalak pumunta ng Canada, of course, this is the best time to start your journey by watching our live session. We are going to be, we have a school visitor today. We're gonna present one school that will also showcase kung ano yung mga mabibigay nilang option para sa atin. So once again, please help me share yung live session natin, mga kababayan. No? So I'm gonna just try to share muna. And of course, sa mga nanonood po dyan, if you need a consultation with Kuya Mikmik, ayan po, nakalagay po dyan sa running na po. Just send an email at info@sariworklivemygreatcanada.com. So yun, so wag na tayong paligoy-ligoy pa, no? Please help me welcome our visitor for today. She's the Global Business Development Manager for East Asia and Southeast Asia. Please help me welcome June of Niagara College. Hi, June. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you, Nick?
Yes. They call me Kuya Nikki. I mean, if you can, if you know
Oh, yeah.
Kuya is like big brother. Okay,
Hey.
and Ate is like the big sister. So we are well known for our name, Kuya Nikki and Kuya Mikmik. It's just like a big brother for all our international students. So
Okay.
June, how was everything?
Hi, Kuya Nikki. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, everything is going great. Only the weather is a little bit tricky nowadays, right? It
And
can be snowing and it can be rainy and then it can be sunny for
makes
a little bit
sense.
during the day. Yeah, but everything else is great. Thank you so much for having me today.
Yes, of course. Like I said, this is Niagara College is, where Kuya Nikki resides, and this is our home court of Sun-Cor. And you can we have our home base of, I mean, not home base, where this is our office, one of our office in Canada. And we want to invite everyone once again to, before we start introducing Niagara College to everyone, or featuring Niagara College, we request you to please do share this live session. We're both, not both, but we're live in all our social media platform as well. Both Kuya Mikmik's immigration page, and of course our YouTube page as well, and then the Sun-Cor page. So June, tell us about Niagara College.
Thank you so much, Kuya. So, hi again, everyone. So, my name is June, and I am working at Niagara College, and I have been working with Niagara College for 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so it's been great working with them. I work with them outside Canada, and now I'm based in Canada, and especially in Niagara region, Ontario as well. So I have a lot to share with you. So maybe some quick introduction first with some slideshows, and then we can go deeper into questions and answers after
Mm-hmm.
that. How about that?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. So, mhm. Thank you, Kuya. So yeah, I am going to share with you a little bit about the most fundamental information about Niagara College, and we are very proud that we put right there the number one research college in Canada for 2 years consecutively, 2024 and 2023. And the reason for that, I will explain it to you a little bit later. But first, let's talk about location, right? Location is it's super important, everyone. When you're in the Philippines, you think about going to Canada, and a lot of you thinking about going to Ontario. But I would have to say Niagara region, as you can see, Ontario is so big, and Niagara is in the south of Ontario. So weather-wise, we would say that we have a warmer weather compared to the northern parts or the other parts of Ontario. And the special thing about Niagara is that we are famous for our Niagara Falls, which is actually on the border of Canada and the US. And that would lead to a lot of advantages for the students, especially when they choose to study in programs such as anything related to hospitality or supply chain, for example. So a lot of advantages. Um, I'll talk a little bit about university and college. I would say this is not specifically about Niagara College. This is about
Hmm.
the Canada education system because I know many people really consider like what is the difference between university and college. So basically, when you enter a college, the first thing is the difference between the education, right? College would be I would say, provide the more practical and applied and hands on education. While when you study at university, it would be a little bit more, not a little more, like a lot more theoretical, I would say, research based. And a little bit heavier in terms of, like academic performance. That is the first thing. And the second thing is the tuition fee, right? So at Niagara College, the tuition fee is very much affordable. It would be around 17,000 to 20,000 Canadian dollars a year, while in the university, it can be double, right, for the tuition fee. And the programs that college provides usually it's shorter, 2 years, 3 years, and it's very on point. It's very practical, and the class size is also smaller. So if you go and visit Niagara College, for example, you will see the class size is around 15 to maximum 30, 35 students. While in university, the class size can be somewhere like 100 students
Hmm.
all together. So yeah, that is the very basic and quick comparison. So I wouldn't say college is better or university is better. It's all about your choice, right? Whether you want to go for something practical and more cost effective, right? So yeah, that is all your choice. So at Niagara College, we have more than 130 programs in 15 different schools of study. However, I know nowadays it's important that we learn a little about uh, the possibility of you being able to live and to stay and work in Canada after graduating. So we will talk a little bit about that later. But at Niagara College, we have lots of programs that are, we call it PGWP eligible or postgraduate graduation work permit eligible. So a lot of options for you to choose from. And in short, we have two campuses. The one campus in Niagara on the Lake, which is very close to where Kuyas is, right, where Sun-Cor is. So Niagara on the Lake is the most campus. We are the only college or only institution in all over Canada that has our own vineyard.
Hmm.
So the students would actually go to the vineyard, grow the grapes, harvest, and go inside the factory and make the wine and sell the wine. And then we have the culinary program, we have the greenhouse programs. So all of that is like an ecosystem for students to actually immerse themselves, right, in the environment of, like plants, of winery, brewery, and culinary. So yeah, so that is such a beautiful and amazing campus over there. uh, the next campus where I am, I'm actually living in Welland right now. So the next campus focus more on technical and engineering and technology programs, and also nursing program, which we have the a lot of interest from Filipino students, and we have various options for you as well. Um, so yep. And let's talk a little bit. I know we don't have a lot of time here, but I cannot help but sharing with you lots of fun in Niagara region. So we often compare, right, between, I know this easy to understand, you compare between Toronto and Niagara. However, I would say Niagara is so fun, and we are very close to the Niagara Falls, where it is a tourist attraction, right, obviously. And besides Niagara Falls, we have lots of other tourist attraction as well. We have beaches, we have the Canada's largest outdoor outlet, which is just across the street from Niagara College, in Niagara on the Lake campus. And we also have a lot of festivals. And if you're a nature lover like myself, you would love to live in Niagara. Lots of hiking or biking that you can do around here. And another amazing thing is living in Niagara is actually more affordable than in other bigger cities such as Toronto or Vancouver. It is said that it's around 25 to 30% lower in terms of cost of living as well. And so that is a big plus point for students who choose to study in Niagara. And at the same time, it's very easy to go in and out, right, from Niagara to Toronto. Maybe in the weekend you want to go there and to enjoy, and then come back. It's very easy. It's just 1.5 hour drive. Okay, so Guya, I am pressured for time. So that
No,
is a quick introduction, yeah, about Niagara College.
no, take your time. Actually, yeah, as you can see, Niagara College is so close to not only by location but Kuya Niki's heart, because this is one of the college that when you say how to explain it in Filipino term as comparable to the place, Niagara College is like Niagara Falls is like the Tagaytay city in the Philippines. It's like one of the number one tourist destination, as you can see. So Niagara region is also very well known for tourist spots. So when we say tourist spot, there's a lot of hotels, casino, restaurants for the tourists. But not only that, this is also a retirement area. So there's a huge number of Filipino community as well. And June, if you notice, are the numbers of Filipino students for the past 2 to 3 years really went up, right? And every year it's going up, and of course, because they offer those programs that's also in line to permanent residency, right? So most of the programs that Filipinos, I mean, June, if you can help me, what are the programs does the most of the Filipino students are taking?
Right. So I would say Filipino students, they come in various programs, right? But I would say nursing programs are one of the
Mhm.
most popular ones, especially for nursing graduate certificate programs. that we offer four of them, which is quite a good number compared to many other colleges. Um, Personal support worker is
Mhm.
also a very popular program and very easy to find jobs in Niagara region. Um, and also recreation therapy is, I would say, emerging
Mhm.
program. Besides related, I can say that I see a lot of students coming in for carpentry, welding, like trades program,
Mhm.
because those are also in the list for the priority of, like immigration, right? So yeah, so those programs are very popular among Filipino students.
Yes, and of course, aside from for those programs that June just mentioned regarding healthcare program like nurses, because most of the nurses probably around the world, Philippines is one of their sources, you know, and not only that, aside from the IT, the hospitality, uh, what else? We say trades as well because I'm seeing a lot of numbers, based on the enrollment that we for the past few years. So aside from healthcare, people are trying to enroll to the trades program right now because they knew that now trade is very in demand in Canada, and not only that, it's also a one pathway to become a permanent resident. If you will select a trade program, a health program, an IT program, which is Niagara College is offering. And not only that, June, like I said, Niagara College is located strategically. I mean, very strategically located in a low cost
Yeah.
city
Mhm.
compared to the Toronto or the GTA area.
Yeah.
So I always explain this to our viewers that even though if you work in Toronto or in Niagara Falls or where Niagara College is located, your minimum wage is just the same. It hasn't
Correct.
changed at all. It's still I think we're at $17 something right now.
Yeah,
Per
1725, I think.
Yes. So
Mhm.
just imagine, you are getting a quality education because Niagara College is also well known for it's not only the theoretical side, but it's more on the application side of their program. Most of their programs has co-ops and what's the other term for co-ops? Like placement
Field placement, yes.
field placement where you can apply those knowledge that or the theories that was discussed to you in action, right? And for me, I'm a doer type of learner. Like I said, I need to do things for me to learn to
Yeah.
do it, and that's what Niagara College can offer. I think for the past you're one of the college that has a huge number of Filipino students because Niagara College, is one of the top colleges. And mind you, June, Niagara College is one of the colleges that who partner with us initially when we start Sun-Cor. So Sun-Cor, we started it in 2018, and you were one of the college that acknowledged us to do the partnership, and we're very proud of it. That's why I'm here in Niagara Falls. I,
That is so meaningful. Yeah.
and we don't have problems with housing over here. And aside from that, Niagara College also has a lot of supports that they can offer. Jun, if you can mention some support that, if I'm a Niagara College student, what are the supports that can help the students that the college can offer?
Sure. Yeah, of course. And thank you, Kuya Nikki, for mentioning about the co-op.
Hmm.
I will talk a little bit about that one because co-op is important. Without a program, without co-op, you are still allowed to go to work, right, when you are on a break. However, a co-op would help you and would push you to work in an area where um, that is directly related to your program. And from that, you will start to build your own experience and build your own network, and of course, earn money, right?
Hmm.
Um, and at Niagara College, we have our co op coordinator who will meet with you and will help you to find the co op the co-op placement for you. So what we do is we provide a list of the companies, because Niagara
Mhm.
College is the only one college in Niagara region, right? So we have
Yes.
three institutions, post-secondary institutions. So we have Niagara College, we have Brock University, and University of Niagara Falls. So college-wise, only Niagara College. So that's why we have a very strong connection with the businesses
Mhm.
in the industry in Niagara region, and that's why we always have a list of them of the companies who wants to hire co-op students. And so we connect the students with those students and prepare the students for like interview and cover letter.
Mhm.
Um, so all those until the students find a co-op placement. And for field placement, right, it's a little bit different. So for example, personal support worker is a program that has a field placement. So field placement means the school will place a student in that hospital, in that home care center. So yeah, so that is a little bit different, but school will help you with that. Another thing is, as you mentioned, right, housing, accommodation. One of the most important thing when you think of traveling and study abroad, that is one of the first thing you have to think about, right? So at Niagara College, we also have our housing services
Mhm.
where we help to connect the students. If you want to use um, our homestay like a system, then we can place you in a homestay family, especially for young students, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah,
they
sorry to cut you off, June. Speaking of
sure.
young ones, let's just highlight that, I think in the Niagara region, it's only Niagara College can accept those high school graduate, the K to 12 graduates, to get diploma programs and certificate programs. And like I said, this is the only school that offers that within the Niagara region, because I think University of Niagara Falls is offering only for a master's program, and
Mhm.
Brock University, it's quite expensive. Yeah, and yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of the reason why Niagara College is very popular. Because correct me if I'm wrong, June, you do offer what do you call some scholarship grant and bursaries.
Mhm. Yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, that is one thing that I didn't have the chance to mention in my
Mhm.
presentation. So for the scholarship, we are having a good scholarship of up to 3,000 Canadian dollars.
Wow.
Yeah, so up to 3,000, and it is very special. It's for the students. And oh, thank you so much. So yeah, so for the how it works, right? The mechanism of it is you will have immediately 2,000 Canadian dollars for the first semester when you study at Niagara College,
Mhm.
and the next 1,000, if you achieve 80% in your GPA, then you will receive another 1,000 for the second term. So that is the entrance scholarship. I would also encourage you to study very hard, because during the time when you study, there are also student international student awards and scholarships. So which they will top up with these. It doesn't mean that you already have this scholarship. The awards doesn't apply to you anymore. So yeah, so please, when you study at Niagara College, please study very hard, and you will be rewarded with many other opportunities as well.
Yes, this is a big help, especially this apply only on the first year, right, Jin?
Correct. Yes. So this applies to for the first year, but all of the other terms, we have the international students awards. So it will be like merit based. If the students are like among the top of the students, I
Mhm.
have a lot of Filipino students who get the scholarships for excellence students.
I see. I have a question. Because Niagara College is offering this 1+1 program, right? For example, I'm going to take uh, palliative care for 1 year, and then another. I'm going to add another one for gerontology for another 1 year. So if I will do first year as palliative care, and do I get? I mean, I can get the 2,000 admission, right, and get the 80%. If I get the 1,000, if I add another one program, would the scholarship refresh, or it only applies to the first program?
That would only apply for the new students, meaning like
Okay.
students who apply to Niagara College
Mhm.
for the first time.
Okay. So
Yes.
I just want to make it clear because
Yeah.
there's some people gonna be messed up with, yay. Each program I get 2,000 on. No. So this only applies on the first program. You get $2,000 discount. So if the tuition fee is around 18, it will go down to 16. And if you do well on your first term, you get 1,000. So that will drill down to like 15,000 for the first year, right? And I know there's another scholarship grant, especially for your partner. June, if you can also help us explain the spousal scholarship program that you guys just launched it this year.
Yeah, so this is a very special program, very new program, and it caters to those who wants to go together as a couple, as a husband and wife.
Hmm.
So as you know, we are having two types of programs right now, since the new law and the new regulations is introduced, which is the post graduation work permit or PGWP programs and the non PGWP programs. So, for anyone, I would say, for example, we have one principal person and the spouse, right? It's the dependent spouse. So, the principal one would study and take the PGWP program. And the dependent spouse would take the non PGWP program. Then the non PGWP program will be the tuition fee will be waived, and or in other words, they will have the scholarship of 7,000 Canadian dollars per semester.
Hmm.
Yeah. So just a little bit in detail. So for example, for one semester, students need to pay in total around 9,000 Canadian dollars for tuition fee, for services fees such as library or the gym or medical insurance or bus pass. So everything is included in that 7,000. Now we give the students scholarship of 7,000. Everything is included in 9,000. Sorry, and then but we reduced 7,000 of the tuition fee. So the students only need to pay around 2,000 Canadian dollars for all of the service fee and not the tuition.
Yeah, which is good because for in the point system of the immigration for permanent resident, if you guys both get an education here in Canada, this will really
Exactly.
boost up your points, right? And also, not everyone is. And I just want to share this to everyone too, that not everyone is qualified to take master's program. For those couple that who don't have a degree, or if you just only finished high school or a second year level, you can apply with Niagara College, and they're like I said, they can accept those credentials. Speaking of credentials, June, how about those applicants who are in the Philippines? We have the old curriculum and the new curriculum, right? The
Mhm.
old curriculum we only uh, do our high school for 4 years, elementary for 6 years, so we only have 10 years preparation. The new curriculum is the K to 12. So what will happen if an applicant is a graduate of a high school old curriculum? Can they still apply here in Niagara College?
Okay, yep. Thank you so much, Kuya, for bringing that up. Niagara College is very flexible. in terms of admission requirements. So, for Filipino students who graduated from an old or K10 curriculum, we can accept that as well. So please feel free to apply to Niagara College. Our admission requirement, our admission process can be flexible in that one. The purpose of the students and the reason why we do that to Filipino students is that, first of all, uh, you have good English.
Mm-hmm.
Because, on the other hand, we need to still ensure the quality of the students and the quality of the program.
Mm.
So we have had the long history before to accept students of K10, and when we observe and we do the research, and we still see that the students have the good capability to study and to meet the requirements of the program, and they are successful. And they graduated on time and they have good jobs. So for now, until any further notice, we are accepting the students from K10 from the old curriculum.
Perfect. And during our like probably last two session before this session that we I mean podcast, we did have a morning with the Kuya podcast with we feature all K to 12 graduates or currently students at Niagara College, and mind you, June, they're really doing well. We have one student who is already a graduate. It's now a supervisor in one of the company here in Niagara Falls, and he took up carpentry and renovation. It's a trade program.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah?
another student was taking pharmacy assistant or technician, pharmacy for now he's working now at you want to call what's the top drugstore that we have here, the
Drug, drug,
what do you call Shoppers drugstore.
shoppers, drug.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
she's working as a pharmacy assistant. So as you can see, the graduates that you have on for Niagara College, for Filipinos, I may be wrong, but June, if I can say that once you finish your program in Niagara College, I think 1 to 3 months you can actually get to work.
mm,
Okay, so this they will really help you to equip you and to prepare you. Aside from the co-ops and the placement field and then the theories that they teach you, once you go to the after your program to finish your program, you are really prepared to work full time. And as I can see, I'm also a witness here of all the graduates of Niagara College. They don't need to go somewhere else. They don't need to go to another province to work out on their PR. I
yeah.
said Sun-Cor is here. We also, that's why our tagline is we don't just plan for your studies, you always plan for your permanent residency.
Yeah.
And not only that, with the help of Niagara College, Sun-Cor also offer a housing assistant. So before you even come here, you already have a house for you to stay temporary or permanently if you want to. And of course, we
Awesome.
also help you pick up from the airport. We can help you. If you can see our social media, personally I help them go. Do their groceries. Their first
Oh,
grocery. Uh,
yeah.
them with set up with their phones, banks. So these are the things that for us here, it's not that much, but for the newcomers, it's a big impact for them, right? So don't worry. Like I said, aside from Niagara College assistants, Sun-Cor is always here for you guys. And we're still open for September 2024. We have a lot of, when you say PAL allocations,
Yeah.
if you can
Mhm.
share also that, June, if how's the process of the, applying for Niagara College? Like, once they get the LOA, can you lighten it up?
Sure, of course. Yeah. So the process is pretty simple, but we still need to align with the new regulations by
Mhm.
IRCC. So now the students can apply, and we are still open for fall for September and January 2026. When the students apply, I believe Suncor will be able to waive the application fee
Yes.
for the students. Yes. So yeah, so the students apply, and then within 5 days, they will receive the offer of admission, in which uh, there will be an instruction of how to do deposit to the school, and they will need to pay for the minimum deposit of 2,000 Canadian dollars. So they have a couple of options. They can pay deposit, or they can pay for the whole semester, or they can pay for the whole year. So it depends on their financial condition. After we receive the payment within 2 business days, we will issue the LOA and the PAL. So PAL is provincial attestation letter, basically a letter that you need to have in your study permit application. But Niagara College will provide the students with that. And after that, students can just go ahead and apply for the study permit. And that will be it. And then we're waiting for the successful result of the students.
Yeah, and speaking of the process, like the deposits that do you require deposit during your application?
Yeah. So yeah, as I mentioned, right, we do require deposit,
Like how much
and
is it? Is it a minimum deposit?
so it would be 2,000 Canadian dollars.
Okay,
Mhm.
just to get secure the slot and get the PAL, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. So I think I just want to make that clear to everyone. So once Sun-Cor process your papers, so before we submit our your applications to Niagara College, what we do is we filter them already, so that this will save enough time to go back and forth.
Mhm.
With all the hey something's missing. So before we send it to Niagara College, we screen them. We make sure that once we have everything, and then we submit it to Niagara College. Once Niagara College accept it and double check everything, if it's good, they will send us the LOA. And mind you, guys, the LOA it will not take at least a few days. I don't know if it takes a week, but it's a few days. And once you pay the 2,000 deposit, the PAL will also be in probably 3 to 5 days.
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
or,
So
or
it will
earlier.
be very it will be very quick. Yeah, especially for students coming from Sun-Cor.
Yes, of
Mhm.
course. And mind you guys, September is still open. Get those $3,000 scholarship. In a total of 3,000, 2,000 as an entrance, and 1,000 if you maintain your grades for 80% and above. And of course, there's also a spousal scholarship, which is cost $7,000, which is a huge one. This would really help those couple that they don't have the degree to take a master's program, or they don't have the budget to take a master's program. They can come here, both of them can study. And also remember, with the new rules, students can work 24 hours per week, and
Correct.
they can also work unlimited hours during their term break. So term break is like a semester, one semester, that's 4 months that they can work full time.
Yeah. And Kuya, I want to add one point to the spousal program, because I think when the students will have the question, if the dependent spouse, right, they take the non-PGWP
Mhm.
program, then what after that? What after their graduation? So when the principal person graduates, and if they can secure a job, just a job, it doesn't have to be LMIA, or
Mhm.
doesn't have to be um, uh, doesn't have to be like a approval, something from the government.
Mhm.
Just a job within tier 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. Then the dependent spouse can apply for the open work permit. So in the end, both of them will still have the open work permit and to stay in Canada.
Yeah, because I hope Kuya Big Pick was here so that he can verify. But there's no restrictions for the student with the PGWP. Approved that they cannot bring their spouse during their PGWP. So it's a win-win situation too, right? And like I said,
Absolutely.
I can see a lot of savings that they can also get from the scholarship. But once again, guys, to all our viewers coming to Canada, you need to be financially ready. We always recommend that you consult with Sun-Cor so that we can give you the right details how much. I think I can share some proof of funds. Okay, there you go. So a 1 year tuition fee, let's just say with the scholarship grant, costs 15 to 18,000 Canadian dollars. So in pesos, let's just say 800,000 pesos. And of course, this is a new rule that Canada, I mean, the immigration, I think starting 2024 January, that they increased the student living expense or the settlement fund to roughly around 21,000. So from 10,000, they made it at 20,000 for the student. And every time that you have a dependent, we always, I just wrote it off to add $6,000. So if you are a couple, you need to prove like 26,000 for those settlement fund. But this is only for if you are going to be two of you are going to be studying. Like I said, you really need to prove that you have the money, because one of the major refusal for the visa application is, you aren't. I mean, you weren't proved to the immigration that you're financially stable. So once again, study visa does not guarantee PR, as we always said, but with a proper guidelines, with a proper planning, we have Kuya Mikmik, our licensed immigration consultant, that can really help you, guide you, and because most of our services actually June starts once they arrive here in Canada. So this separate us from other agencies that once you're here, you're going to be left behind. No, with Sun-Cor, we're here until you get your permanent residency, and because if you can see, four students by former students, Kuya Mikmik and I are former students also here. We came here way back 2015 and 2016 as a family of four and as a student, and then get our permanent residency, and now we're citizen. So it's easier for us to really share the process, and of course we are licensed and registered here in Canada as an immigration agency. That's why we have a Canadian Corrales Immigration. That's Kuya Mikmik's visa company as well. And Jun, I have a question here. This is just the text message from my from one of our viewer. So his question is, what will happen if I failed a subject during my studies in Niagara College?
That is a good question. I don't want that to happen, but just
Yes,
in
of
case,
course.
right? So my suggestion is, once if you fail the subject, it is very important that you study the subject again immediately in the next semester.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so don't ever leave the subject until the end, or like until the last semester. It's gonna be it's gonna be scary. And sometimes you think that, oh, I still have time, I still have like one more than 1 year more to do that, but no. uh, Look for the subject of the class for the right next semester and take it. And also, whenever you feel like you have some change or something unexpected happening in your study plan, um, always consult with our international student advisor, because they can consult you with the academic side and also immigration side. And also, of course, Kuya Mikmik, right, can also help
Yes.
you with, because the thing is, when you fail a subject or two subjects and you study, you leave it until the last semester, and then in that last semester, we don't have, like, the school don't have that class, and you have to delay to even further, right? So in that case, you will become part-time students, for example. So that would become something bigger, something very dangerous, right? Because if you are not a full-time student, you might not be eligible for PGWP. So that, in that case, immigration matter would comes. So very dangerous. A very good question. Always study hard, don't fail. And if in the case that you fail, always consult with ISA.
Yeah, and of course, like what we always mention with Kuya Mikmik, spend more time with your studies, because, like I said, our visa is study visa. It's not work. and study visa. It's a study visa.
Exactly.
You need to spend time studying rather than working. And of course, Niagara College, as I know, we have a lot of Filipino students who does peer tutoring. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
and I know a lot of Filipinos who are doing this, who are also helping, other students through peer tutoring, and this is for free.
Yeah. The good thing about that is the students who take the tutor class
Hmm.
can take it for free, but the students who do the tutoring
Are
can get
paid.
paid from that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So, and aside from that, there's a lot of work that in campus work that students can work part time or full time, because
Exactly.
we know that if you are working inside the campus, you can go beyond 24 hours, right?
Yeah, unlimited. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. And I know there's a lot of what do you call this one, job opportunity inside the campus, and also volunteering. And a quick question, just to follow up on the co-op. I don't know if it's you mentioned this, but is the co-op paid or unpaid?
Yeah. The co-op is paid. That is a very good thing about that. So the whole 4 months of working will be fully paid.
Oh, and then students they won't be having an issue finding a co-op because the school will help them, right?
I wouldn't, of course, at this level, right, at the college level, we
Hmm.
cannot say for sure because it really depends on the student's ability as well.
Hmm.
So that is the difference between co-op and placement. So for placement, we place a student in that. However, the placement is not paid all like it's not always paid
Hmm.
because it's a part in the school places students. But for co-op, the students still have to apply, have to still need to take the interview, and the company will screen and see and assess them, right? So they get paid, but at the same time, it's more competitive, and the school will help to prepare them for the co-op searching. But if the student is not active enough, they're like, no, I'm too lazy. I don't want to find the job. I just want to stay at home. Then the student can't find the job, right? So I would say 90% of the time the students can find a co-op, but 10% is still there.
Oh, okay. Just to set the expectation. But
Correct.
still, if you given a chance, it's a paid co-op. So I'm just trying to do the math. So if
Yeah.
let's just say you're earning, it's gonna be a $15 per hour. If the co-op is 8 hours, so like, I mean 8 hours a day, or 40 hours,
A week.
a week. So
Mhm.
15 times four is like $600, right? $600 a week, and if you multiply it by four, because there are 4 weeks in a month, so like
Around
uh,
3,000. Yeah.
24,000. So less tax is 2,000, and this is gonna be four
Yeah.
months. You're gonna be
Mhm.
earning almost 8,000 in during your co-op time. Plus, you also have a 4 months break, right? So if you have a 2-year program, and do they have an option if they can just not take the break and just continue with the studies, or it's going to be a scheduled break for them?
Yeah. So it is a fixed schedule
Mm-hmm.
for every program. So even now, when the student everything is published on the website, the student can immediately see when they can have a break or not
Oh,
on
so
our website right now.
I was just imagining, if a couple going to be studying, and there will be a time that they're going to have a term break at the same time, so they can earn at least 8,000 each, so that like 16,000, that will cover their some of their costs, right?
For sure, yes. Imagine uh, with the 24 hours of working part time, the students
Mhm.
can basically, well, on average, right? Basically, in general, they can cover their living cost. Um,
Yes.
and so, if they work like full time for the whole 4 months, right, it's gonna be good if they can save, right? If
Yeah.
they don't they're not extravagant and they don't spend too much, then they can absolutely cover a part of their tuition fee for the next semester.
Yes. So a huge savings, that can really help. And of course, once again, the Niagara College, is one of the top college here in Ontario. I think Filipino population. I think they're second or third for most number of Filipino students, because you know that Toronto is a huge population for Filipinos. So there's a lot of Filipino students in the GTA area. But outside the GTA, I think Niagara College is one of the top school for Filipinos. Because why am I? I'm just trying to highlight this because for Filipino, we're very fond of seeing another Filipino studying. So we're very in touch with our co-Filipino. So
Yeah.
every time we see a fellow Filipino, hey, hi, how are you? And we always like build a network like a best friend thing. And yeah, I think this goes to all to everyone, right? If you see
Mhm.
somebody from your country, right, and then you will be motivated to study, right? And
Absolutely, yeah. And Kuyanik, I would want to take this opportunity to recognize your work. I know, but as a person from school, right? And we trying to recruit. We were doing student recruitment, but we are trying our best to provide the best life possible to the students, but our capacity is very limited, right? But you, as a person who come to Canada and Niagara, and you build the community, right? You connect the students together, you connect Filipinos people together, and then you take care of them grocery, buying SIM card, which for for us as schools we can only give information, but we cannot actually do it, right? So I want to recognize your work in Niagara. It's very, very meaningful to the students. Um, I have a very close friend who is also students in recreation therapy, and I asked, and they said that yeah, I'm student from Sun-Cor. So yeah. Uh, they're well taken care of, and I really, really appreciate your work here to the students
thank
and
you very much.
to the community as well.
Like I said, for us, Suncor, once you arrive here in Canada, we always say this, no matter which agency you came from, we're one family here. And I just want to have a quick shout out to, to one of our basketball team who's playing this coming tournament this April, this Sunday. And of course, Niagara College is there. So they're going to be wearing this uniform representing Niagara College. Shout out to
Wonderful.
the Suncor team. And of course, June, I already have your uniform. Okay. I already have,
Awesome. Oh, really? I have one.
of course, you and Gary too.
Thank
So
you. Thank you so
yeah.
much.
Good luck to our team, Niagara, in Niagara College. In partnership with Suncor, they're going to be representing our team, and hopefully, it's going to be, I think, a 1 or 2 months tournament. So it's gonna be on every Sunday. I would like to invite you, June, sometime if you have time. We
Sure.
can watch together during the game. Yeah, and once again,
Yes.
shout out. We always do this every year to not only get connected to the community, but we also to um, to all our students. We don't just let them focus on their studies, work. We
Mm.
also help them unwind. And basketball is the one way for the Filipino to be. I mean, if you want to gather Filipinos, create a basketball game for them. The families will be there, even the kids, the wives will be cheering. So yeah, good luck, guys, and
Good
go
luck.
for the goal. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yes, and also thank you, Niagara College, for being partner of Suncor. And they said it's a partnership, and I mean I told you this one. This is just the beginning. We're looking forward for more partnership for the 2025-2026. As you can see, Niagara College will be joining us with our balikbayan with the Kuyas. I hope June will be there this coming August. Just wait for it for the exact details, but the Kuyas will be going home to the Philippines, and Niagara College is going to be joining us to really give you more details and, of course, educate everyone to how is Canada really? What's the reality inside Canada? And
Yes.
June, any few words before we end our session today?
Well, thank you so much, everyone, and thank you so much, Kuya Nikki. I know you're very busy today, and you still have time for Niagara College, and I really appreciate your work. And for all of the students who are considering, I would say, take action now. Doesn't matter which institutions you are going to join. Sun-Cor and Kuyaniki and Kuyamikmik will help you till the end. So believe and take action. Thank you so
Yes.
much, everyone.
Thank you very much, June. We have this what do you call this one? A show in the Philippines. They call it Dream, Believe, I mean, Survive here in Canada. And yes, once again, we have with Niagara College, we can waive the application fee. We'll also try our best to waive the English exam, but there are some programs that the English exam is mandatory, but it's only a few programs. But with Sun-Cor, we can waive those English exam through your medium of instruction certificate. That will save you at least $200 to $300 already, right? And application fee probably $100, so that will this already savings of $400, right? And of course, if you do well on your studies and during your first term, once again, the $1,000 is not right away given. You need to maintain your grades, just to make it clear.
Yes.
And for the spousal, once again, there's an extra 7,000 Canadian dollars if you will apply for a non-PGW program. So once again, don't be um, misled with the non-PGW programs. Like what June said, that if you're going to be studying together, once the student finish her study, the one that has the PGWP, and he can, I mean, he or she can apply for also for the dependent for the OWP. Okay. So Jun, thank you very much. I hope this is gonna be not the last, but once I think we have another wine session on May, and hopefully Kuya Mikmik can join us. And we're gonna do this once again. September intake is still open, and Sancor is always gonna be here for you guys. If you are interested, you can also book a free one-on-one consultation with me. You can send an email at apply@sound-score.com or visit our website at sun-score.com. Just select book a consultation with Kuya Nikki. I'll be happy to talk to you through Zoom, and discuss your journey here as an international student. June, thank you very much. Stay safe and enjoy your weekend.
Thank you so much, Kuyaniki. Have a safe flight today.
Bye bye,
Thank
everyone.
you. Bye,
Thank you. See you
everyone.
next time.